welcome to Guitar for Vets Play Along. In this video, we're looking at the G chord. We learned how to do it 2 different ways in the lesson, and you're welcome to try it both ways. I will be doing it both ways. We're going to start moving from an E minor to a G chord. I will do the version of the G chord where it's just with the 3 fingers instead of all the fingers. Okay, finding ourselves on an E minor chord. With the right hand, we're going to be strumming all the strings for both E minor and G, which is makes it pretty easy. Okay, and strumming 8 times each to start. So that's 2 bars on E minor, 2 bars on G. Starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, rest. Strumming 1 bar each. That's 4 strums per chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 2, 3. Switch. 2. Switch. 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 Rest. Okay, you can go back and try this using both your pinky finger and your 3rd finger. This time I'm going to use that. We're going to do this only 2 times each, 2 strums each. So E minor for 2, G for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, switch, 3, switch, 1, switch, 3, switch, switch, switch. Keep an eye on how my 1st finger slides up so I can reach that 3rd fret with my middle finger. Okay, so now let's move going from an A to a G. A little trickier. A chord, same thing, 8 strums each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, switch to G. 1, 2, 3, switch to A. 1, 2, 3, switch to G. 1, 2, 3, and rest. Okay, keeping it at that same tempo. We're going to move from an A to a G, but this time 1 bar each, 4 strums each chord, back and forth. Remember that you have a hierarchy there. Make sure you move those 2 fingers before you move your 3rd finger. And if you find yourself where you're like the 3rd finger might be struggling or a finger might be struggling, keep the right hand going no matter what. Even if we make a mistake and you find that you're adding fingers a little late, it doesn't matter. Take your time with it. Take a break in between. Okay, it doesn't have to be every single time, but whatever you do, don't stop that right hand. It keeps going in tempo. Okay, here we go. Starting on an A string. Sorry, A chord. 4 strums each. 3, 4. 3, switch. 3, switch. 2, 3, switch. 3, switch. 3, switch. 2, switch. Take a rest. Okay, now we're moving from a D chord to a G chord. You can try G both ways. Remember that if you choose to play the G that involves all the fingers, that you've got 1 finger that anchors. It's good to go back and forth between the 2 types of G because depending on the song, the type of G you play will change. Okay, starting on a D chord, I'm going to do all my fingers for this one. So I'm going to keep my 3rd finger anchored, I'm going to keep it in the same spot, while my other fingers move. My middle and my third finger reach up to the top strings to go where they have to, and then my pinky finger snuggles in behind my third. Okay? Starting on a D chord, same thing. 8 strums each chord, that's 2 bars each. At this tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. Remember, you're strumming less strings for the D chord. 2, 3, switch. Your right hand changes from strumming all the strings to just 4 strings. 2, 3, switch. Take a rest. That is important to know, that we're not strumming all the strings when we do the D chord. But in your practice, try not to look at your right hand. Try to make that adjustment of just trying to strum less strings, just the bottom strings. If you find that you can't do it, take a look at your right hand, but then look away, because your right hand will figure it out faster than your left hand will, or whatever your dominant, or whatever your fretting hand is. It'll be a little slower than the hand you're strumming with. Anyways, moving on to moving on to strumming 4 times on D and 4 times on G. Okay, a bar each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, switch. 3, switch. 3, switch. Switch. Taking a rest. This tempo, 2 strums each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, switch. 3, switch. Switch. 3, switch. 1, switch. 3, switch. Switch. 3, switch. Okay, great work, everyone. That's it for this play along video. Just remember, whenever you learn a new chord, this is how you should practice it, going back and forth between other chords. Some might be difficult movements, so practice slowly so that your left hand or your fretting hand can get used to the mechanics of moving back and forth between them, always taking it at a slow tempo to begin with. I'll see you in the next video, and good practicing.